Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
We start things off with a wintry weather system arriving in Metro Detroit.
That's right. Live pictures here from Madison Heights showing snow is starting to fall there. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for being with us. I'm Kimberly Gill.
And I'm Karen Drew in for Devin tonight. We are expecting a smaller dose of snowfall tonight compared to earlier this week. Kim Adams is watching this clipper, as we like to call it, closely and joins us with the forewarned forecast. Kim.
That's exactly what it is, Karen. It's a clipper, and it is clipping us tonight with just a light dusting to maybe a ½ inch of snow in some spots. It's the timing of it, though, that's coming at an inconvenient time because it's the evening rush hour. This area right here in parts of eastern Oakland County, western Macomb, and northwest parts of Wayne County getting the heaviest amounts of snow right now. We're going to zoom in a bit tighter here and show you the darker blues indicating the moderate snow falling in Oak Park, Dearborn, Melvindale, Lincoln Park, Inkster, also in Livonia, and then lighter amounts in Farmington Hills and also in West Bloomfield. Widen the view, and it's becoming a bit more scattered. We'll see snowfall for the next couple of hours, totaling up, as I said, to maybe as much as a ½ inch to just under an inch in Pontiac, and then lesser amounts as you go down towards the Ohio border. Tomorrow we get a brief break through much of the day with mostly cloudy skies, temps in the 20s. And then tomorrow evening, we start with snow, changing over to rain, which is going to affect the snow totals this weekend. I'll talk about that coming up in the forecast. But the best way to keep up to date on all the latest weather in your neighborhood is to go to your favorite app store, type in WDIV, and download the Forewarned Weather app.
Thanks, Kim.
The horrific death of 5-year-old Ethan Belcher and what led to it continues to reverberate across Metro Detroit.
Many are wondering how, even after police and state involvement, did Ethan end up back with his parents, who are now charged in his murder. Local 4 is now asking some serious questions about Michigan Child Protective Services and how the state responds not only to this crime, but child abuse in general.
Rod Maloney has been working this story and joins us live tonight from Madison Heights with a further look into the case and what answers he's been able to get tonight. Rod?
Yeah, there's a lot to unravel here, Karen. For instance, this is the Children Protective Services investigation done 5 years ago. Says things have not been historically good at the department, but it's 5 years old. Then we got this Office of Children's Ombudsman report. It's about a year old. Doesn't tell you much of anything. And so we have a lot of questions. We want to know more about why it is that when we ask what happened in this case, we get nothing.
5-year-old Ethan Belcher suffered a lot of pain in his young life, as did his siblings. Here is his hand. It's the least of his injuries. Local 4 obtained other pictures will not show of a black eye nearly closed shut and bruises. His aunt Ashley Belcher reported this to Lincoln Park Police back in 2021.
It was a house of terror, a house of terror.
Lincoln Park Police Chief Ray Waters tells Local 4 officers arrested Ethan's stepfather, 27-year-old Shane Robert Shelton, removed Ethan and his siblings from their home, and then interviewed everyone involved, including the children, sending the case to Kim Worthy's office for charges. Today, Waters sent us this denial letter from Worthy's office, showing the phrase "denied for further investigation." Worthy's office said this goes with directions on what's needed to make a case. Chief Waters says none of that came along. Ethan's death and the accompanying bureaucratic issues left Ashley Belcher in tears.
We could have saved his life. He would have been here today had they just listened. There was more than one case through CPS about the abuse.
So we went to Child Protective Services looking to send a Freedom of Information request to get more information. But CPS falls under the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. And in an email, they told us, quote, "By law, we cannot discuss any Children's Protective Services cases, and information is not available by FOIA as it is exempt from FOIA," end quote. We took that to Governor Gretchen Whitmer today.
What is it that we can do to shed more light on these problems and get more pressure to get a better system in place?
I didn't know that they were exempt from FOIA, so that you're educating me right now. I think that perhaps there's an opportunity for us to take a real hard look at it and see what more we can do.
Republican State Senator Jim Runstead is furious at the cloak of secrecy Child Protective Services stands behind.
This 5-year-old who was basically murdered in Detroit, and obviously a lot of interaction with CPS, and we can't get information. The law has to change. We've got to get this fixed. In order to be able to fix the system, we need transparency in finding out what's going on. It's maddening.
Now, the Children's Ombudsman tells us tonight that she is investigating what happened in the Ethan case. But Her office tells us we will never have access to that report. They will not give that up. They cannot give it up, they say, by law. They added that any recommendation for change in the child welfare system gets sent to appropriate agencies, and we would likely see that published in the Ombudsman's annual report. But that's the brick wall we keep running into. So we'll wait for the next report to come out there, but we have many more questions that we want to ask, and we'll continue to, by the way. Back to you.
And great job getting Governor Whitmer, her comments, as she said, educating her on this very important topic. Lawmakers obviously aware of this. Do they have anything in the pipeline, though, to try to change the system?
Well, State Senator Jim Runstead said that he has requested a bill, but he's in the minority. He's a Republican now. He needs Democratic help on the other side of the aisle. So far, he doesn't have any. That doesn't mean he's not going to continue trying. In the meantime, the governor says that she is going to be looking into this because she wants to see what might be able to change. But she says there are a lot of things that need to be looked at before anything can happen. So we'll stay on this, no doubt about it. Back to you.
So important. Okay, Rod, thanks.
Help Me Hank coming to the rescue tonight after a local church targeted by illegal dumpers not once or twice, but 3 times. The Holy Cross Hungarian church leaders reached out to Hank, hoping to get the mess cleaned up and hold the people who did it responsible. Our consumer investigator, Help Me Hank, is alive in Detroit. And Hank, this has been an ongoing problem.
Karen, a huge problem, but I'll tell you what, we are cleaning up this city one block at a time. And take a look, the city of Detroit out here. They were out here earlier this week. They are out here tonight, putting in the extra hours, taking care of this mess, and we're working to find these dumpers. Crews are on it, working to clean up this mess. Trash and debris everywhere, dumped near the Holy Cross Hungarian Church in southwest Detroit. I got in touch with the city, and several crews descended on this area this week, working to clean up the eyesore left by those who think it's okay to toss their junk on someone else's property. The church community, as you can imagine, they were thrilled that mess was cleaned up, but those dumpers, they didn't wait long. They came back again, and so did city crews, working to clean the mess up. This isn't the first time this has happened. I first met Father Barnabas last summer. He called me desperate for help. His church property targeted by illegal dumpers. He was worried about those visiting the church and the children who play in this neighborhood. It's not only an eyesore, it's a danger.
I know. And so we are trying to, collaborate with the city officials.
The city was quick to help us then and clean it up, and they were quick to respond now. Along with the DPD Illegal Dumping Task Force, the hope now is to catch those who are not only dumping in this area, but in other parts of Detroit. What you may not know is there are a series of cameras in place. They're keeping an eye on our neighborhoods, working to track those down who are up to no good. And 2 big city trucks filled with debris just left a short time ago. We're waiting for one more to get here to take the rest of this out of this neighborhood. The important thing to remember is that if you happen to spot somebody illegally dumping, you need to call police right away. The city wants to know about this problem, and they want to hold those that are doing this dumping accountable. We're live here tonight in southwest Detroit. Hank Winchester, Help Me Hank, back to you.
Look at you getting all those crews out there cleaning it up on a Friday night. Good job, Hank. Appreciate it.
An Illinois man accused of stabbing a 14-year-old Oakland County girl has been charged. Police say 18-year-old Julian Pinedo met the victim online, then traveled to her home in Springfield Township. They say he believed they were going to have sex, and when she refused, he stabbed her several times with an 8-inch knife. Today in court, we learned Pinedo was on probation for a felony conviction back in Illinois. He's now being held on a $2 million bond. The girl remains hospitalized.
A convicted sex offender is found guilty of raping his co-worker at a Jimmy John's in Sterling Heights. This happened back in April of 2021. Prosecutors say 36-year-old Jerome Brown Peggies made sexual advances towards a 17-year-old with special needs. They say when she declined his advances, he raped her in the storage room of the sub shop on 16 and Van Dyke. The man was just found guilty of criminal sexual conduct, a 15-year felony. He'll be sentenced in March. A Washtenaw County man is sentenced for jail for sabotaging a fellow hunter and causing him serious injuries. The State Department of Natural Resources says Thomas Steele from Chelsea was upset because a hunter set up in his spot in Marquette County.
They say Steele turned a tree stand into a trap, causing the other hunter to fall 20 feet to the ground. The hunter hurt his ankle and back. Steele was charged with misdemeanor aggravated assault and was sentenced to 60 days in jail. He must also pay for the hunter's medical bills. It's important to note, though, hunters cannot claim exclusive rights to public hunting land in Michigan. Any tree stand or deer blind left unoccupied can be used by another hunter.
Well, winter weather has put a lot of road construction work on pause, and drivers who use I-75 in Oakland County are enjoying all lanes open for now. But another traffic shift is on the way that could make things a little more difficult. Kim DeGiulio breaks down what is next and when we can expect this project to be fully complete.
It really does feel like winter just got here, but before we know it, construction season will be in full swing. And with that comes the lane closures, the lane shifts, specifically on I-75 here in Oakland County. First, let's start with the good news. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
This is the final phase of the 18-mile rebuild that we started back in, 2016. So this year, the final phase is going to be rebuilding southbound from 13 Mile down to 696.
This work will include rebuilding the pavement, ramps, and bridges through that stretch. With that, crews are planning for, yet again, another lane shift on I-75. This time, drivers will travel north and south on the northbound side of the freeway. That shift is set to start in late February and last until the fall. But more good news. After that, the bulk of the work will be finished.
The major rebuild section will be done, but there'll still be work in 2024, punch list items, things to wrap up.
Before things get underway here on I-75, MDOT will be holding an open house virtual meeting on February 8th to lay out the groundwork for what to expect in this final phase.
An informed motorist is a safer driver. They know what to expect, and that's why we're encouraging people to participate.
MDOT spokesperson Rob Morosi says it's been a long, tough project to navigate around for I-75 commuters, but their cooperation and patience has been greatly appreciated. And he's thankful the construction is ending soon, as this was originally supposed to be a 14-year project.
We're very, very pleased that we were able to leverage the innovative contracting to allow us to accelerate this project, really knock 10 years off the duration of it.
Again, that virtual open house meeting will take place on February 8th between 6 and 7 p.m. For information on how to log on, we've posted that on our website. I'm Kim DeGiulio, Local 4.
I can't tell you how I'm excited I am to get that thing done, because I drive on that so much. I know it is my route. All right, thanks, Kim.
Still ahead, people who suffered for years with an unnamed inflammatory disorder are finally getting some answers. But what is VEXAS syndrome, the symptoms, and who's most likely to be affected? Next.